Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode this game was granting me plus 10 generic aggravation points for varying reasons. Things like random overdoses even though there's two doctors right next to them, things like someone dying because of the exposure trait even though they couldn't have picked up the thing they waited for. Assuming that's the reasons for it, you understand. If it's not, then, well, I'm more than happy to be corrected. And then finally things like us spending a lot of time and indeed money on building this nice indoor warm gym type area, this yard, and then the game basically telling us you can't have any weight benches in it. So, you know, thanks, nice. In this episode, we want to do a couple of things. We have 21,000 generic units of currency, and we want to be spending that basically. And I think what is probably best to do is to get a very bare bones kitchen and canteen around here. That will then allow us to then think about expansion towards the end of the episode, possibly, more likely, getting on towards, I guess, the start of the next one. So let's go ahead and do some of this. So obviously we do need to clone pretty much what this has, and we also need to put in some more power. So we're going to unpause that. Power station will go in this top corner here, followed by capacitors along and then down. We've already spent the majority of money that we have, but we expect that to happen. In terms of our daily cash flow, it's not too bad. We still have it in the negatives, but it is fluctuating, and we are getting nice bonuses from people going through the parole hearings and successfully doing that, so that's pretty good. We also are doing shakedowns pretty much every night, and because of that we are getting once again some nice money. I'm just double checking to see where things are now. If we go over to our utilities here, this is where we're going to have to do a bit of surgery, and we want to basically cut that off there. Probably cut that off. No, we probably won't cut this one off. We'll probably cut it off there and power all of this as well as these areas connected to this one here, and we will do that pretty much now. So it's going to come out here, it's going to come along and then up to there. I'm not going to connect it up now. That would be a bit of a mistake. I am, however, going to see roughly where we've done that, which goes over to there. Then this one will connect up as per usual. Once we've got that in there, and then it's night time when we can safely basically rip some power cables out and put them back in, we will do that, and we'll see how we get on. You can see we're getting some consulting fees from finding things, all of that sort of thing. We did change some of the patrols, so we don't have any patrols in these cell blocks. Not that that seems to have affected us in any great amount. I guess there could be some discussion regarding putting some CCTV cameras in, but in reality we do shakedowns, we go in there, we find things. If we hear any we've got patrols around the outside anyway. If the guards hear any violence, they'll go in, so I don't think there's any great issue there. And because this is a medium security facility, I don't think there's any great issues. In terms of temperature, you can see that the temperature is pretty good apart from in the kitchen. I say it's 14 degrees. It's warmer in there than it is in in the office. So, yeah. Let's check out prison labour. We can see that there is loads of people assigned there. Qualified prisoners is 6. I'm just hoping that it assigns those 6 prisoners to that rather than some other random job, because the game is the game. We have some prison intake, so we will double check that. So you can see we've got 2 prisoners, one of them being run over by a bus. Let me just go onto a myriad of different things. Hang on, I want to go for, yes, informants. No traits that we should be aware of. Well, there's a trait, but none that we should be scared of that we know. We can see we have 2 people in here. One is a potential CI, Fearless, Leander Shambles Hambley. Recently intoxicated, found drugs, tools, luxuries. Success on that, workshop safety induction, and complete spiritual guidance twice. So I know what their reoffending rate is then. 42%, and the health is going up. Look at that, 11% well fed. Double checking the grading. Health is at -2 now rather than at -3. Excellent. Punishment is, well, not excellent. Excellent would be the health at 5, but really the only way to get that is to just make sure that no drugs can come across the wall ever. And I don't think that the perimeter wall stops that. Doesn't say. I think the only way for stuff not to be flung over is to have it 10 distance away from the walls, from the edge of the map. Even if this was foundation, it would still be flung over. So, yeah. I don't know what the solution would be. Anyway. I guess we could always expand it with 20 grand and you say, yep, that side's done, but then we'd have to do it on the other side and plan and, yeah. That's a whole extra thing. So, we need to let this crack on. Still getting money coming in. Still need to place some items. So, we're going to go to rooms, canteen. This will be designated as a canteen all the way around like so. We need a kitchen, which we will then once again designate like that and like that. This door will be locked open. We will assign people to that kitchen after we've placed the items in it. I'm just going to double check our cookers. I believe yes, there we go. There is a space at the start where we don't have a cooker, and it's that bit there. That's because we have a bin there. Health and safety, or rather safety and hygiene, apparently a course that I did not attend. So this is sorted. I didn't get the thing removed that I wanted to, but I will go ahead and remove it tonight and connect all these up. Speaking of connections, we'll do that and I'll connect all of these up. We do need to put in the refrigerators, but I'll do that later on. Only minus 19 now for the balance. I'm not too sure whether or not we change this regime. We could have it so we have, well, we still want the couple of hours at the start as a yard. So shower, free time, couple of hours of yard. Although, is it better to do shower and then straight to the yard? I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, and then have all this and then lock up. I could change the... I was thinking of changing it so that the eat is right in the middle, but it doesn't matter because as long as they're, after a day, they're already used to that regime. Whereas if it doesn't matter, I have it in the midday, late night, early, whatever. If they're fed, they're fed. It doesn't matter. So we now have nighttime, and we're going to dismantle those sections there, and then we'll wait for the workers to come along, and then we'll order the placement of that. That will then power that down. Oh, hang on. Oh. Dismantle there. Yeah, prioritize that. Now it should be okay. Right, that's all powered down. That now powers that up. Doesn't blow the grid. Takes a load off this. Not the amount that I thought it would. So maybe what I do is that's powering all of those and then powering those. Could remove that. Have this side be powered by that one. I just want to get that under 80%. Don't think it's something I need to worry about at this stage. Right, so kitchen. Fridges. I believe that is the right layout. And then how do we have the sinks? We have the sinks there, do we? There we are. So, water. Does the water pipe just go straight down? It does. Straight down, across. Sprinklers. Go there and there. There and there, I believe. It looks about right. It looks about right, and that'll do. As long as there's some water distribution in. Whoa. Once again, we have a death. Because one of the doctors is resting, the other one is preparing the pharmacological treatment to drug addiction and resting, and I don't have a third because I sacked them. I guess I'm just going to have to hire another doctor. I don't have much choice. Why are they taking their breaks at the same time? I guess the game doesn't really strata it off, does it? Shame. Shame. Right, so put that in there, put that in there, connect all that up, and that is the kitchen and this canteen getting closer to being finished. I can't realistically clone that, but I can take note of how I've placed it, which is that. Alright. And then we start with a table like that. No. No, hang on. Yeah. It's just every other one. Also, I'm placing tables rather than benches, so good job we caught that in time. Oh, well, oh, what is going on today? Overdosed again. 3 people in there. What about this person? They're okay. I think I know what it is. It's a combination of they're not being, well, they're going at the breaks at separate times, and they're going into their cell and overdosing. They're not fighting in there, but that's where the overdoses happen. And because we haven't got anyone patrolling in there, we can't see it. So the only solution, 2 solutions, CCTV and or guards. I'm going to have to put the guards back on for the time being. It's not ideal, but nothing ever is. And the mayor's calling. Hopefully this is to say that we can crack on with our yard. Media have moved something else from the bill. Yep, anyway, waste benches. Good, okay. So, we can put the yard back in. We can now have yard time. Like so. And then we'll let them crack on. Right, so we are going ahead and placing the tables in here. And hang on. How have I? Where have I gone wrong here? Yeah. There we go. That's right. That's correct now. Okay. So they're now in. Radiators. Which will be there. Just going to run this up. There. So that should be in between 2 tables. So wrong. What there then? Just going to run this down. No, it's the one next to it. Fine. Right. What am I missing? Brain not engaged. There. There. I was going to say, nothing was... I'm placing things and nothing was fitting in properly. I'm wondering, what's going on? Right. Dismantle. Get rid of them. Let's get this sorted. Actually, because they're all now sitting around there, that's going to require me to place some heating in there. Which is going to go direct from the boiler and across. So now that's removed, they shouldn't... Well, they are standing around there. But hopefully we'll be able to get it sorted now. So, it is 2 off this side, 1 off the edge of that one. That's correct. Let's just crack on with this one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to clone it. I'm going to clone it because otherwise I'll get messed up. I find it quite easy to do when you've got this repeating pattern that your eyes just start to spin around in your head and then you get that. The issue that we have now is, as you can see, we have food being distributed from both sides, which is not good. Not going to do a shakedown tonight. It's more important that I get this sorted. It's also more important that instead of taking all the way back to storage, they just build the thing, which they are not doing. We have... Oh, right. So, tunnel search tonight then, because we've obviously found a tunnel here. Another tunnel. That's not the right tunnel. The right tunnel is here. And they haven't found it. Okay. That is curious. Let's dismantle both of these. There it is, yeah. I was going to say, that is definitely a tunnel there. When the dog smells once or twice, you go, huh, that's a bit dodgy. But when it sniffs and sniffs and sniffs and sniffs and sniffs in multiple areas, you go, yeah, that's fair cop light. Anyway, over to quick build, cloning. Cloning this. Now we have bought all of this, so there's no money wasted, just, you know, yours and my time. So we should now be able to place the radiator. How many in is it from? 1, 2, 3. It's the third one in. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's the radiators. Is that correct? No. I'll wait until it's placed because I'm not going to start guesstimating all of that. Let's go over to... How many people are working in there? I'm not too sure. Definitely shared. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Right. Let's assign people to work there. And what I want to do is set a patrol. What colour have we used? Blue patrol. I can't place patrol yet because they haven't placed the other stuff in. I'll wait for that to happen. Danger level's going up. Staff morale is low somehow. 40 staff have serious complaints. No food. No food on the food trays. I'm going to remove that kitchen for now. I have a feeling it's to do with food distribution there. Yep, that's all. This, because of the proximity, was trying to feed that. Right, okay. Yep, brilliant. Thanks, game, again. Even though it couldn't do it, it was trying to do it, and now the danger level is flying up because some prisoners aren't well fed. So we'll have to do it that way. Okay. Let's see if that is any better. Someone fighting over there? Yeah, someone kicking off in the parole. It should be okay now, though. Yeah, danger level's going down. Staff morale is low. Another tunnel. I was going to say it's always around here, but that's sort of understandable. Ooh, okay. So we've had a water pipe burst. It's -5. It's all it'll freeze. It'll be fine. Actually, that's probably why it's burst. It's bursting the pipe. Right, where do we want to go to? Utilities, large pipe, clicky. Prioritize that. That should be too much of a problem. It's when it was around here that we did have a little bit of a problem. And you can see it's now not only has the water pipe burst and taken out with it all of the water for the showers and toilets, also the heating's off, which is something to consider as well. So, staff morale, saying they're happy with the job now. They were treated, which is good. Want to do a full shakedown tonight. That's now fixed. There's more tunnels. I'll wait until we finish the shakedown to do the rest of it. Needs, staff needs, big food need. Yeah, we expected that to happen. Once we saw that this wasn't working, it's because this other new area was saying, did I place that right? Oh no. To be fair, broken clock's right twice a day, isn't it? So yeah, all that's happened is that this, because of the proximity, started trying to feed this cell block and this cell block because it sets it up automatically, which normally works fine, but because of the lack of staff that we have, it was causing some errors and issues. Right, so we have got that one sorted. Still doing a shakedown. Going to stop the shakedown because it's nearly 11 o'clock and such. Did we receive any prisoners today? We probably would have done, so let me check that. Just going to have a quick look around to see if there's any prisoners that we should move over. And I'm not seeing hardly any prisoners with traits here. Not too sure. Anyway, foundations, remove tunnels. Get all them tunnels removed. I think there's only a couple of them, but, you know, that's still a couple too many. There's all of our... Oh, there we go. That's why we didn't see the intake properly. It was to do with the trucks not coming along, just because of all the backlog of meals and other things that we had to bring in. So there is a lot more prisoners. We now have 17,000, 20,000. It's just going up. Let's just double check our grading. Our grading is not too bad. Punishment, 6 out of 10. Reform, 4 out of 10. Not brilliant, but not absolutely horrible either. Security, 1 of 5, but it does go down to -5, so that's okay. Health, not great at -2, but at least increasing. We have 24% reoffending rate, which is pretty much, well, I think that's reduced by 10% over the last couple of episodes. That's 90 prisoners released in total. Out of those 90 prisoners, 45 have been paroled early with only 11% reoffending rate. No executions, because we're not doing that. No prisoners escaped. Deaths in custody, 12. At least 3 or 4 of those have been death by overdoses or exposure to extreme weather. So, yeah, that is not great, not terrible. Certainly had worse. I was going to say certainly done better, but with the amount of prisoners that we have, the setup and such, we're still doing okay, I think. Either way, hope you have enjoyed the episode. Has been personally frustrating, the last couple of ones, but I think that's mainly, well, that's a me problem, isn't it? I think there's a couple of things messed up and all that, but yeah, hopefully, next episode, what we'll do, put the toilets in here, redesignate this, get all this sorted, and then probably build this yard, and then expand. Something like that. Oh, we also need to put some floors in as well because we currently haven't got any. I think once we expand to the north, get the cell block C done, that'll give us enough money to then put the flooring in, which obviously we've been completely omitting. So yeah, we'll see how we go. We also need to go do a full pass sweep on all of our programs as well, just to make sure everything's all present and correct. But we'll check it out next episode as well. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video and the series thus far. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.